Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the channel. So I am going to review today a dash cam from Thinkware. This is the X800 2-channel bundle. So you can get this in a 1-channel or you can get it in 2-channel with the front and the rear. And I have reviewed Thinkware dash cams before, but it was for motorcycle. I have done 3 of the Thinkware M1 dash cams. Absolutely love them. I have one right now on my Honda Shadow. I also have the Thinkware M1 on my Dual Sport, the Honda CR300L. Well, they reached out to me, wanted me to do this review of the X800 for the vehicle. So I thought, why not? I'll try it. It does say that it comes with everything included. The 2 dash cams, says 2 cables here. GPS antenna included. This should be a really fine camera. Some of the specs are, it has a Super Night Vision 2.0, Advanced Driver Assist System, Intelligent Thermal Protection, hopefully to keep this thing from getting hot. It does time-lapse video if you want to. It has the Ambarella A12 CPU. The front is 1440p QHD and the rear is 1080p FHD. Parking surveillance mode, impact and motion detection, emergency saving, so you will save the emergency videos. If you press the button, it will save those and lock them, so you're not going to be losing those videos due to the overriding from the loop recording. 64 gigabyte maximum micro SD card capacity. That's not very big. 64 gigabyte is not that big of a card capacity, but I guess it will do. It does have a 2.7 inch LCD display. Take this thing out of the box and see what we have. Cut this. Another seal right here. Slide this out. So as I said, I have not reviewed a Thinkware dash cam for a car yet. This will be the first one. So here is the Thinkware front dash cam. It almost looks like a camera, you know, just like a personal camera. That's what it kind of looks like. Kind of different looking from what I'm used to. There's a display. Nice big display on here. I do like cameras with the display. That is pretty nice, so you can see what you're doing right here on the camera without having to go into an app. Peel this little protector off the front here, because we definitely don't want that on when we're trying to do the videoing. So nice looking little camera. Has speakers right here on the side. So here we have one of the mounts. Looks like this is probably going to be the mount for the front camera. Then we have our GPS receiver unit right here, which will plug in. So basically you'd have to have this in the sight of the windshield, probably up on your dash, so you could get good GPS signal. Here we have our cable. This is our power cable right here. For Hardwire, you have a Hardwire cable, and then looks like you have a lighter plug cable also. Here is our rear camera. Very nice and small rear camera. Peel off the little protector on this one too. And then it's got 3M tape on the bottom. I'm sure this pivots. Yes, so you can adjust it to wherever you need. It's going to be most likely like that, but it's a rear camera. Stick it to the back glass. And then our cable will plug in here, run up, and plug into the front camera. And then we have a long cable that actually goes from the front of your vehicle to the rear, and this plugs into the rear camera. Run this up, plug it into the front camera. Either way, depending on which way you want to do it. Probably we use the right angle on the front camera and the straight one on the rear. We have some nice little clips to help hide our cable. Tuck it up around the windshield, put these on to run the cable through. Have some extra 3M tape in case we mess one up. And then we have an SD card, and it looks like it does come with a 32 gigabyte SD card, which is better than nothing. I think you ought to have a 64 at least if you're going to do a dash cam. 34 will work, but a 64 would just be better. Pretty much it looks like this mount is just going to slide right onto the top of the camera right here. It only goes one way, like so. And then this part here will stick to your windshield, and that's going to hang down in front of your way. So this is actually, this style camera takes up quite a bit of real estate on your windshield really compared to some of the thinner ones, but I do like the screen, so you can do everything from here. So obviously this is not a user guide. You do this QR code right here and go online to do your user guide. This is safety information and warranty. I'd rather them give me a user guide and put that stuff online, but whatever. It works. Okay, so it looks like our DC in is going to be right here on this side. There's 3 ports on top. Then our GPS is going to be right here on this side. And then it looks like this is going to be where we plug in our rear camera. We use the right angle on this one, and we plug in our actual rear camera to this end. So now we have it all plugged in. Now we need to put the SD card in. So on this side of the unit we have our power switch, and we also have our micro SD card slot. Plug it in. Power switch is going to be here, and we'll plug this into my DC power station and see how she powers up. So now we got it plugged in. Turn the switch on. Should be powering up. There it comes up. You can see the screen. Hope there's not too much of a glare. Please have a safe drive today. So kind of hard to see the screen. It's not real super bright. It says 13.1 volts. Tells us our date on here. Continuous recording is what it's doing.
Voice guidance disabled.
So voice guidance disabled. We can touch it. It is nice to have a touch screen.
Voice guidance enabled.
Push that. Microphone.
Voice recording disabled.
So we can turn off and on your voice recording.
Voice recording enabled.
Push the up button. Recording will stop when you access the on-screen menu. So on here we have live view file list. Is where our files are going to be. We can access them and view them on here. I usually don't. I usually just take the SD card out, take it in, plug it into the computer, and then we have our settings right here. Camera settings. We can change the brightness of the front, rotate the rear camera view on, depending on if we want it rotated, if it's upside down, depending on which way you aim this. And we have our record settings right here. The sensitivity, Super Night Vision 2.0 is set. Parking mode is set. Parking sensitivity, motion sensitivity, off timer, 48 hours. Battery protection is on. Off voltage set. So let's go back out of here. System settings, language is English. Volume is on. Safety cameras, 3. Let's go back here. Calibrate touchscreen set. LCD brightness. Let's turn this up. It don't seem too bright. There, we got it set on bright now. That does look a little better. The LCD on or off is 30 seconds. So after 30 seconds, this screen will go off. Don't need it running all the time anyway. Clock, we want it on. Security LED, up, down. Time zone set. That's how we set our time. Set our time zone, set our date. Right now for the review, I'm not worried about setting all the settings on there. Daylight savings on or off. Speed unit, we want that on miles per hour. Speed stamp, let's turn that on. Partition settings, memory saving off. Format SD card. So we always want to format an SD card when you put it in a new unit, just to make sure the card is formatted for this unit. Click the check. This should format it.
Memory card format will now start. Memory card format completed.
Okay. So now we're formatted. We should be ready to go. Let's just go ahead and back out of here. Go back to live view, and we are ready.
Manual recording will now start.
Okay, so that's how you do the manual recording. Just push this button. It's going to manual record and save this into a locked file. That way, so when you're loop recording and you run out of this 32 gigabyte memory card, it won't override and lose this locked recording. You definitely want that. That's a real good idea. All cameras should come with that. So if I touch that screen, then all my controls will go away. Push it back like that. Okay, the system restarted because I didn't have the rear camera actually plugged in all the way, so make sure you have that all the way plugged in. Thought I did, but now you can see the rear camera is right here. If I tap on it, it goes to rear camera. Tap back on the screen, go to front with the rear view being a small one. So like that, we go to rear. So yeah, I didn't have it on. I noticed that it wasn't on, and the reason it wasn't on is because I didn't have this plugged all the way in. So lesson learned there, and now we should be ready to take this thing, stick it in the vehicle, take it for a spin, and see what it looks like. Alrighty guys, that's it for the MyView C570. Thank you all for watching. Check out the link below in the description. Click the thumbs up, and I'll catch you all in the next one.